What's up, gamers? This is NGG here with my review of 9 Parchments. Let's see if we can magically make it appear. Ready? So 9 Parchments. This is our review of 9 Parchments, but since I didn't play this alone, we're gonna magically appear our guest host. Should be there. Say hi.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's going on?
Alright, we're gonna go get more comfortable. See you in a second. Alright, that's much better. We're now in a much better situation. Alright, so let's actually introduce our guest host the right way. Go ahead, introduce yourself and introduce your channel.
All right, LazzyJames, LazzyJames, Marz. That is I. LazzyJames, the channel, right?
So, so right now we played a game together that I don't know about you. Did you enjoy the game?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Okay, so it's 9 Parchments. And we played this as co-op, just the two of us for the most part. We did have some randoms, which we'll get into in a little bit. Come join us for some shenanigans as well. But so let's start with the gameplay. What did you think about the gameplay of 9 Parchments?
The gameplay was fine for me. I thought the controls, which is always an important part of the gameplay for me, I thought the controls were good. You know how I like moonwalking, or like when I be doing those things, like when you be walking this way and I be walking this way, but backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that with the controls in this game too, because you can attack from a 360-degree base or radius, so you can always be. It's like this kind of a thing. So you can always be facing your enemy, but moving the way you want to move at the same time, directional wise. So I think that's good. So I think the controls are really good for the gameplay. The game looked good. I don't remember experiencing any real hiccups with lag and all that kind of a thing. So your gameplay definitely up there for me. Not a disappointment at all. I can't remember being disappointed in any part of the gameplay. Even like when the game was hard, which it is, I wasn't disappointed in anything.
Right. And see, for me, I had a definitely different experience with the gameplay. I couldn't turn like you could when you were doing the moonwalk. I couldn't get that at all. So like I would like die trying by the monsters. And then I also didn't like that we could hit each other. Like friendly fire thing.
I ain't gonna lie, like I kind of like that. But with that said, I mean, they give you the option in the game to, when you hit somebody, or when you hit your teammate rather, it could either take your life away or just go ahead and take your teammate's life away. You can get that. You can change that in the settings, so that way it punishes you and not your teammate for you hitting them. So you'd be like, that'll make you probably be a little more careful with the friendly fire, because I'm taking away my life when I hit you. And I liked it because it worked both ways. The enemies could hit each other too.
Right. That I did like.
It kept all things fair, all things balanced as they should be.
That I did like, because I would use the enemies to hit each other. I'm like, hey, let me stand behind you while you're aiming at me. Go hit that guy on the way.
Yeah, so that's what I like that part of it. And then it adds another challenge. So so it's like, hey, we can't just go in here all like Gauntlet Legends with it. Especially some of them, we had to like be tactful. Some of them bosses, especially towards the end, we had to be very tactful. Like, all right, make sure we're using the right things. And with that said, I don't know if we killed each other more times or the enemy killed us more times, because we was icing each other up. So, damn, am I playing the game or the computer? Like, what's going on? So but it added an interesting dynamic. So I like it. I can't lie, I like it.
I mean, I remember when you had that big butt fireball, and I was like, yo, you just hit me one shot, kill you. I was like, dang.
Yeah, at first I was using it without discretion, but as the game went along and progressed, I waited till you died or something, then I was like, all right, I'm about to unleash the dragon. So, so I think it added an interesting dynamic. It makes you play in a more strict way.
I mean, it was a different experience. I'm not used to friendly fire games. Like, this was my first friendly fire. Well, not friendly fire, because there was nothing friendly about that fire. You would take me out. But I am not used to friendly fire games. So, like, this was my first experience in it. And I was like, oh, crap. Like, you wouldn't even tell me when I was hitting you sometimes. You'd be like, how'd you die?
I'm going to get back. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. There was times when you killed me. I ain't tripping about it. You know what I'm saying? Get back on my feet. Keep it moving.
Right. I did like that we could revive each other. Like the game gave us one
Yeah.
complete death for the both of us. We could die, and it would randomize who it would revive. Right? It
Right.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
It
I
wouldn't
forgot about
revive. It
that.
wouldn't revive us both. It would randomize who it would revive. So I did like that. Like it wouldn't always be you, and it wouldn't always be me. I always wanted it to be you because your character was the stronger, like more bulky character, more tanky than mine was
Right.
because of the way what I leveled up and what you leveled up. Like I leveled up all healing stuff, and I think you leveled up more defensive stuff, right? If I'm not mistaken.
At the beginning, or no, like spell power and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like I wanted like my spells were very powerful versus more hit points and all that kind of a thing.
Right. Yeah. So I would always want them to revive you so you could stay alive longer because I didn't. I could
Yeah.
take less hits than you could. So I was like, all right, well, that ain't gonna work for me if they revive me, but that's fine. Um, was there anything that you liked the most about this game? Like, what was the
Um,
thing you liked the most about this game?
I don't know about the most, but no, I don't know. There's not one thing I like the most, but I liked a lot of things about this game. There's not too many things I didn't like about it. I think when we get into some of the dislikes that I think you're gonna have, we can get into it. But I can't remember a point. I liked everything about the game, so that's why I don't want to say like I liked one thing really well.
Okay. And so for me, I did like that it would let us revive each other, like I said before. That was like
Mm,
my favorite thing. Like we wouldn't, like if we both went down fine, it would only give us one of those, but we could
right,
continuously revive each other to keep the story going. So like I
right,
tried playing it in single player mode, and my experience with single player mode, I was like, I kind of don't like the game. Like I was like in double player in multiplayer mode, it was great, and I don't know if
right.
that's because that's how I first experienced it, and maybe if I would have experienced it single player, I might have had a
Yeah.
different opinion.
Hmm.
But because I experienced it multiplayer first, for me, it was like, I don't like this game single player, which is why I was trying to do the review singly, and I was like, I didn't play this game by myself, so it just makes more sense to bring the person that I played the game with to review the game with me because it makes more sense. You get both of our opinions on the same game that we played.
Right.
Um, and now, so what were the things you liked the least about the game?
The least. Um, I don't know. That's just, I'm not gonna. I don't think I can say a bad thing about this game.
Really?
Like I said, you got. I know what you. I think I know what you. You got some things lined up, so we'll get into it about why you feel the way you feel and why I feel the way I feel. But I mean, I don't remember just having like complaints. Like, all right, so all right, let me ask you it this way. One of the main complaints I saw about the game that I thought I would have was like, what were people saying? Oh, I'll say this, that like when you start a new game, you lose all your progress. I don't like that because that some of that stuff hard to get, like to get your certain character because you don't get all spells like how we were getting different spells when we leveled up and stuff. Like
Right.
you was coming across some spells that I wanted, and then and then something like because I think we had reset when we got messed up and came back, and so I was like, dang, I wish I had that spell from before. So like it's in that way, I didn't like that part. So I'll say that. Like
Right.
you have to when you come through another one, you have to like restart your character. And then to unlock, it seemed like there was a lot. Cause remember all that stuff? I was like, man, I want to play with fam down here. And it was like unlockable. It looked like it for a good bit. So
Yeah.
I'll say that. Like a lot of it's locked up. But I mean, I got so when I did get my situation, like man, forget all that. I like the game. So
Right.
kind of washed over for me.
Yeah, it did. It did. Like we went through the whole game and only unlocked, I think, one character,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I
Then you
thought
yeah.
was a little like, really. But we
Yeah.
also didn't do like those like Coliseum things either.
Right.
So that could be what it was. Like we only did one of them, which would probably be where we unlocked the one character from.
Right.
I don't remember what we got in that Coliseum, to be honest. It could have been the character, could have been the stupid staffs
Yeah.
that did nothing, did nothing.
Yeah,
Like
some of that stuff you unlock with cosmetic effect only. So yeah, not I'm not really into that type of thing. But like ain't nothing just cosmetic, like no stat increase or decrease at all or something like dang.
like
So yeah, some of that stuff there was like a lot of cool stuff, but like it was purely
Cosmetic.
cosmetic. Yeah,
Yeah, the
because
hat
some of the stuff did have,
the
but
hats were all cosmetic, but I think the
yeah,
staffs weren't.
yeah, the
The
stats
staffs
were, yeah, they
weren't.
had stats on them. Yeah,
Yeah, the staffs. I think they had like healing, like you do more healing if you're like a healer or some bullcrap. I remember like anytime you hit somebody, it would heal you like 10% or something like that. That's the staff I kept on. I was like, yeah, let me heal myself while I'm hitting somebody with this staff. So
right.
that was my favorite staff. I think the parts for me that I didn't, obviously I didn't like friendly fire. I didn't like how far back it was zoomed out. I think for me, like I
Yeah.
wanted the characters to be closer. I mean, I
Mm,
get when we are in a field and we need to see all the monsters that it was great to have it so zoomed out. But there were
yeah.
parts where the background was so gorgeous, and I'm like, kind of wish I could see it closer up to the character perspective. I don't know if
Right.
you got that feeling.
Well, I will say Super Smash. I'm used to games like that where you have to share the screen. Well, so one thing I will, another thing I said that I didn't understand why they did it. I'm not really gonna knock it as a negative, but me and you had to share screens even though we playing on different devices, like in different areas of the country. Like we shared that they made us share the same screen.
Right.
Whereas I feel like it probably could have been I have my own screen and then I can go run left and you have your own screen because you're playing on your own Switch, right? You can go run right and then you get your own camera and that stuff. But nah, like when I went left, you went right. Like, nah, which one we following? We ain't following both of you.
And
There's only
it
one
did. It
camera here.
didn't follow both of us.
Yeah,
They would pick and choose whoever it wanted to follow. It wasn't
yeah.
like a
So
rhyme
that's
or
what I
reason.
understand. Like in this day and age, like while we sharing the screen, like we all got our own devices and stuff. Like so, yeah. Because there one part where we was getting stuck but but there was a small maneuvering area, but I like try to dodge or something, but I got to run off screen, so I don't know where I'm at off screen. So I was like, man, in this day and age, you know, I got my own device, you got your own device. Why are we sharing a screen on an online multiplayer game? That's what I forgot about that. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, if it was local multiplayer, I could
Yeah, I
see
would
that.
understand that. I
Yeah,
would bet. Yeah, local multiplayer all day for sure. Yeah, definitely all day because I mean that's just part of the couch co-op type thing. But yes, with the having mine, you having yours, I didn't understand it why we sharing the screen.
right. Yeah, that's.
Especially when it get up to like 4 people. Like two was one thing. When the
Yeah,
more people you got,
yeah,
more people want to go this way and that way, and one camera. So hell,
that's that. Like, so when we had those people, those random show up, that's when it got more hectic for me, in my opinion. Like I was,
right,
like I don't know how it happened. Like to this day, I still don't know what I did because I loaded our save file, and then for some reason when I loaded our save file, it just invited randoms in for the first save file. Like we redid the game. And started a second save file, and it didn't do it the second time. But the first save file, for some reason, was allowing randoms in there, and that was like a pain in the butt because the randoms would kill us on purpose sometimes. I think we had one random that showed up who was trolling a little bit. I felt like if we weren't playing the way he wanted to play, he started killing us. But like then he would revive us so we can go. But like
right,
that was like that annoyed the crap out of me. I'm like, nah, why do we have these random? This is why I don't like friendly fire because like
right.
that because then they kill us and then we're stuck there like Chuck like okay, let's go. But but then the monsters did definitely get harder when they showed up too. It's not like and they were more leveled than us, right? I think they were like 20
Yeah, they were
levels
there.
higher.
They were. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the monsters got super hard when they showed up. I was like, "Yo, wait a minute, wait a minute! I didn't sign up for this because we didn't
Yeah.
play. We played it on normal, I believe, right? We didn't play it on easy,
Nah, not easy.
and we didn't do. I don't know if there was a difficult setting, other than normal and easy. But I know we definitely played it on normal. So like when they showed up, it made the game so much harder. And and it was also way too many people on the screen. For me, it was like I know it was four is a good nice amount of people for online, but it just for me there was just like way too much happening in the screen. I was getting a little
Right.
like oof. I don't know if that you were feeling the same when the four people showed when the other two people showed up.
Nah, the to me like outside of like how you saying the friendly fire thing, just dealing with people that you have to deal with. I mean it creates like more chaos, like how you saying, like more things going on. If I remember if I read this correctly, like the more people you have, the more of that chaos is gonna be. But like I said, this reminds me of the game Gauntlet Legends, where it was like that's how it's designed to be. Like you want it to be like that because then it's just like, oh, okay, I was like try to control it. And but with 4 people, more friendly fire. So you talking about you dodging enemy stuff, and the enemies in this game come with it. They ain't weak and whack, like they coming with it, like they powering up and all that stuff. So the enemies, and then all the shots that your teams is missing, could be potential hits for you. So it adds to that insanity and chaos. So, but like I said, like when we were doing some of these boss fights, it was like we had to plan it out a little bit more. So, but what sucks is like if we were playing 4 people, we knew we all be on voice chat, but since it's 2 randos, it's like only me and you communicate, and we know those 2 probably ain't communicating.
Right.
So there's just that blindness there. But yeah, the 4 people can make it. The more people can make it chaotic, just like Overcooked. Sometimes less is best.
Okay, and so like one of the last things I want to talk about. For me, I don't think this game had a story. Like I don't remember there being a story besides the first 5 minutes of the game and the last 2 minutes of the game. I don't know that there was a story. You didn't feel like there was a story, right?
Yeah, but in the game's defense, and this gonna cover some on the back end too, is I think it's probably not like a story-driven game. Like it's a game that's meant to be played over and over again. That's why I think a lot of the issues that I have come with the unlock is they want you to, because like I guess once you like how them guys came, like they're all high level, like they want you to just keep, like it's like a grindy game.
Right.
So like you beat it, I keep grinding, get more level, higher level, get more unlocks that way. Because really it's a short game too.
Yeah.
Very short game. So they just want you to keep running through, and then so ain't too much of a story. You meet dude in the beginning, he tell you what to do, you do it, and then at the end, and then it ain't even nothing that. So, I mean, ain't no spoilers, so
Yeah.
But yeah, so there ain't no like, don't be like, oh man, this gonna be this looking like some what's the dude with the broom? He be riding the broom.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potluck. Yeah, him.
Harry Potluck.
It ain't that. It ain't deep like that's what it's looking like. It's like, oh man, I love these Lord Rich, Gandalf. This looking like that. Nah, man, super light on the story.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie that when I played the demo,
yeah,
I thought that because the first 5 minutes started like it looked like it had a little bit of a story. I was like, okay, I can get with this, and then nothing until the end. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, the characters talk a little bit in the sequencing of the game. But that was it. I'm like, where the fudge is the story?
Talking.
Yeah.
The last chance. No way I'm saving you.
They were trash talking.
It's not story related. They just trash talk each other. So
they were.
There's that.
Right.
So yeah, don't come in expecting anything like heavy on the story for sure.
No story. Okay, now the last thing. If you had to rate the game from 1 to 5. What would you rate it?
4.9.
Really? That high? Okay.
Yeah, because I only got the 2 knocks against it. One I can understand, and then which is the screen sharing. Like I can get over that pretty much. And then the unlocking thing. Like if I'm not going to be playing the game 100 times, like I'm not going to get to experience all those unlocked situations.
Right.
Especially the characters.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I was going to give it I'm giving it lower. I was going to give it a 3, maybe 2.5, 3, somewhere in there.
Out of 5?
Out of 5. I mean, I like the game. The gameplay was good. There were parts where, like, we had to repeat the level a lot because there were just, like, too many people shooting at us in big chunks of area. Remember that one guy who just kept jumping, and there was three of those one guys that kept jumping, and their attacks spread far. So it was so hard to dodge those guys. So I feel like situations like that annoyed me. Not that bad. Like we figured it out, but
I think once we found out the science of some of this, because like I remember some of them dudes just being hella tough for us. And I remember thinking we ain't never gonna get past this. But then later on, when we see them, we like, oh, we got you, dude.
Yeah, once we figured out the pattern, we figured out like how to jump. Like we had to jump when he landed so that we wouldn't get hit. We figured out the pattern, then it was fine. But like before that, like their spread was so far, the areas that they hit, I was like,
Right.
dang, they were like KOing us at one point. When
Yep.
that whole group was with us, when the other two randoms were with
Yeah,
us,
that's what. Definitely. Yeah, that's
they
what
were
they're like.
murdering
The enemies
us.
don't play in this game. The enemies don't play. They ain't with that. Like, oh, you player one, we gonna let it ride. Like, nah. We CPU. We want to do something too. So yeah, the
Yeah.
enemies. I will give like because some of these games in this day and age just they good, but it's too the enemy's too weak. Just how me and you were personally talking about a game that I'm playing right now. Like that couldn't be this game. This couldn't be 9 Parchments and that kind of thing be happening. So yeah. But okay. So all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean that's it. Just like two and a half. I think more closer to 3 because I did have fun with the game. It's not like I
Yeah.
didn't have fun, and I don't know if the fun was had because we were playing it together, and maybe I would have had less fun playing it with multiplayer randoms.
Right.
I can't. Or I'm not gonna ever play with randoms. How's that? Because I already experienced the randoms and I wasn't happy with it. So there's that. But like so, I did like it. I did like that we could like we had to figure out the patterns. Like it wasn't a cakewalk, but it wasn't like, all right, this game is like, what is it? What game is it that tortures you and like, what is freak, uh, Dark Souls? It wasn't like Dark Souls either, where like you had to figure out the pattern or you couldn't move an inch. It wasn't that bad, but like you definitely had to figure out the patterns on some of these enemies.
Right.
So yeah, that's my like I had more knocks against it than you did, obviously. But this is my first time playing a game like this, so maybe I was expecting more of a. I think that's just what it is.
Yeah.
I was expecting more of a story because I had played the demo and like, oh, this is gonna be Harry Potter-esque.
Oh yeah, the demo got you, yeah.
The demo got me thinking that it was a better story than it was. I think that's what it was, and so I think for that it's like maybe if they would have. I can't say that they couldn't put that part in the demo because that was the first 5 minutes of the game.
Right.
But like, I feel like that was like a bait and switch for me. I'm like, yo, the game doesn't even have an effing story.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, 2.5 to 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
So if you say 2.5, you saying it's half good?
Yeah, if I say 2.5, it's saying it's half good, but I think I'm closer to 3. It's not as bad, but there were definitely I felt a lot more negatives. You know what it is? It's also I'm used to story driven games.
Right.
And so
See, yeah. For me, I feel like this game was, right up my alley. Yeah. So to me, it was a good modern day situation, throwback to those type games, especially since we not getting like Zombie Ate My Neighbors ain't on the Super Nintendo thing, Super Smash TV, all those type games ain't on there. So definitely like if somebody came to me and be like, man, I want to play that side, boom, I got you. 9 Parchments, probably not as long as some of them other games, but yeah, I would definitely recommend the game in that way. So yeah, I can see where you're coming from, like, because like you said, the story is just not there. It's
there's
nothing.
none. There's
I
no
remember
story.
you asked me like, "What's going on with the story?" I'm like, I ain't got nothing to report. Because like you like, let me know if they say something in the storyline. Like, I wish I could, but ain't nobody saying that.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, definitely, yeah, don't like if you have played games like Gauntlet Legends and all that, it's that exactly that story wise coming in. So know that. But yeah, and then this game. Because I'm trying to think. I will say, like, so Diablo set up more in a way that we're in Warcraft, where you have your spell set out with cooldowns. Even though we had cooldowns, but it's on a will cycle. It was a little different.
Right.
And then because we have like mana and stuff in this game. Like you can only do your spell so many times.
You could only do a certain spell so many times, but you had a wheel. Like after a while, you would get more magic. I think you got up to like eight in the wheel.
Right.
So you could use one for a little bit. It had to cool down, and then you could just switch over to another one. And as long as it didn't waste fast, you would really never really run out of magic.
Yeah. Because you guys, especially when the wheel get deep, like when you first start off, the wheel kind of weak.
Right.
Then it got to be almost like, because then like there was some stuff I just wasn't using, but which is fine. You can really fine tune your play style. And one thing now I'm not gonna get into that. That'd be more spoiler stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, no spoilers. All right. Well, that's it for me. Like, I don't have anything else to say about the game. Did you?
Right.
Do you have anything else you want to say about the game before
No.
we say goodbye? No.
It was a real good game. I enjoyed it. I think, yeah, definitely it's a multiplayer game. I will say that. Like how you see him playing single player. I think that's why they had like when you set up, it's pretty much gonna put you in a multiplayer situation. I think you have to put it on like you don't want people to be joining randomly. Because I think I read that when I was reading the other thing. Like they want you to be playing with somebody even if you don't know them.
Right.
That's probably some way them people found out how to get in there.
Right.
So definitely play this with your peoples first. If you're in a situation to do so, do that, and then play a single player if you really can't. But yeah, a good multiplayer game. I liked it a lot. And I don't know how much it is right now, but I'm pretty sure it's well worth the price.
I think we bought it. We definitely bought it on sale, but it was.
Yeah,
I think normally price is $15. I think, but we bought it like I think at half off when we bought it.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. So and I thought that this game always went on sale. So this is an eShop only game for right now. I haven't seen a physical copy of this game. So it's only digital. Obviously, I don't like my digitals, but I was willing to compromise for this game because I was like, all right, this is a multiplayer game on the Switch that I've always wanted. I was waiting. It hadn't come out. It came out in 2017. It's 2020. I was like, if it was going to come out, it would have come out by now. So I was like, all right, I'll splurge on this one because I did want to play this game. But so wait for a sale. I think it's well worth it. If you can catch it on sale. Definitely. And it's always on sale. I always see this game on sale. Like, yeah, just wait for a sale if you want to try it. It's not super expensive, and as long as you have people to play, I don't play by yourself.
Don't play by yourself. That's the one thing I guess we can recommend. Do not play this game by yourself. Play with your people. So just go ahead and do that.
Right. All right. So you're gonna give us your exit ticket.
Hey, what's up, gamers? LazzyJames signing out here. Make sure you check out the subscriptions. I'm sure Gamer Guy will have my links in there, won't you?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. I appreciate that. The Twitter, the Discord. I'll be in Gamers Discord. But yeah, just make sure y'all check all that stuff out. LazzyJames signing out. Thank you.
All right. So this is our review of 9 Parchments. Happy gaming, guys. Bye.